regal with those tiger stripes and that beautiful, majestic purple, very regal. This is like a wild thing. I love her. Brand new, 5 easy payments of $4.47, free shipping and handling. These are deer and rabbit resistant. They will attract butterflies, and it is a perennial. Now, Kelly, I was told that you owned an iris farm.
I did. That was my first gig in horticulture. I talked my parents at the age of 15 into buying an iris farm. Irises were one of my first loves. If you're into irises, this chick named Iris, I'm into her too. I love irises, and I'm really excited about this one.
Okay, now this is a set of 3, right?
That's right. We're getting 3 today. This is a variety called Gerald Darby, and the real storyline here is we love irises for that classic late spring into summer flower. But you know, beyond that season of the year, that's kind of what irises do. They're an emblem of spring. Gerald Darby adds a little sauce to the pot by having purple leaves. They not only emerge purple, but the stems and the leaves keep that purple hue throughout the growing season. So when we go back to the stills here in just a minute, you'll see off to the side of the screen, and then I'm sure you'll point out, because you're a trained professional there, to point to the side of the screen, the intensity of the purple leaf bases. And let me tell you, seeing that come up in the spring with daffodils and other spring flowering bulbs, and then a few weeks later, a month later, seeing these beautiful purple flowers come over the top is just a real treat.
They are beautiful.
Real treat.
And I tell you what, it's so hard, and tell me if I'm wrong here, Kelly, but isn't it hard to find true purples, true blues?
True blues especially.
True blues
True blues especially. And this is kind of that blue-purple sort of in between. This is a different kind of iris than bearded irises, which are maybe the classic irises we're often familiar with that our grandmothers grew.
How is this one different from the bearded iris?
This is different because it doesn't have a beard. It doesn't have that fuzzy part on the petal. In fact, it just has that little sort of yellow stripe, which is like a runway for bees, right? It just kind of directs them as to sort of where to go. We've got those images coming up here next to show you again the real story here with Gerald Darby is that purple flush that comes right out of the ground, right at the base of the leaves.
Wait a minute. Wait, Kelly. I mean, are you serious?
I know. No, it's totally real.
Just stop. Are you telling me that the actual greenery is purple? No, when you say leaves, I thought you meant the petals.
No.
You mean the green
I mean,
stuff?
as it's coming out of the ground, it's purple. I'm not kidding. It's a fabulous plant.
I did not. Oh my gosh.
Well, and let me tell you what, too, Antonella, this is a workhorse. So this is a plant that can grow at the edge of a water garden, and in your bioswale at the downspout. But it's just as easy to work into a perennial border.
Does that stay purple?
It stays purple, yeah. And the stems are purple as well, too, which is really fun because you just get that extra color that sort of glows and radiates out from this hard-working, tough, hardy perennial that you've just got to give a shot this year.
Yeah.
And I pulled over our friend from earlier, which I didn't tell you, this has another common name. It's called redneck lupin sometimes in some parts of the world, right?
Well,
It sort of looks like a lupin, right? This is that has this pea flowers. This is this pink lemonade baptisia that we talked about just a little bit ago. These will flower at the same time. So you get this beautiful yellow-pink changing kind of effect in the baptisia, and then you slide over here and see that alongside that beautiful purple-blue Gerald Darby iris. Plus you're getting the bonus of that purple foliage coming into the mix. 2 really tough, hardy, hardworking perennials.
I love a purple garden.
Yeah, you bet.
Purple and red. That's my favorite way to go. Now, is this bulbs? How do I plant it?
These are coming.
How do I do this?
These are coming as bare root rhizomes, and I actually.
Back here, baby.
Oh, here we go. What am I saying?
All right.
What are we doing? We're
over here.
We're over here now. Yes, these are coming as bare root pieces. I'm going to hold it out there so they can give you a shot of that because, again, like so many perennials that we offer here at Cottage Farms, irises are, in particular, really best to plant this way. You open the box and you think, this is what I got.
Yeah.
What do you do with this?
Yeah.
Actually, this is the best way to plant irises because they don't suffer transplant shock, and frankly, they get established and they grow faster. They get established faster and off to the races sooner when you plant them like this. So when you open that box from Cottage Farms, which remember is shipped to you at the right time for planting, you're going to get 3 of these. You're going to get them out, and you see all this sort of fleshy stuff down here, this hair-looking stuff. Those are the roots, right? So the crown, where all the leaves and the flowers are going to come from, are right there. So we want to make sure that's level with the ground. Imagine if my hand was the ground. That's what I'm going to show you here in a minute. You want to dig a hole big enough that all of that root mass gets into the ground, and you sort of loosen that soil up, give it a firm pat so that little piece, this will be green probably when it gets to you. It's still February now, of course, so these are dormant. But that little green piece is where all of that green, grassy, and purple tinted foliage is going to come up
I don't believe
from.
you. I have to buy some just to
Well,
have you prove it.
And let me tell you what, the best thing is that as you saw in the images, this is a perennial that excels in mass plantings. I mean, this is a statement piece. I mean, you're seeing this purple foliage come up first thing in the spring, and then you're seeing all of those flowers come in over the top of those purple tinted leaves.
I have never seen an iris do that.
It is a
at
unique.
the bottom. Does it? And you say it stays purple.
It stays
unique.
purple.
What?
It's
What
a
were you
very
saying?
unique variety in the sense that there aren't really others out there that are quite like this in such a dramatic fashion.
Okay, I'm in love with them. They're fabulous. How tall do they get?
This is going to be a tall perennial. This is going to be almost 3 feet tall when it's established and grown, especially when it's in flower. Now,
Will they hold their heads up, or do I have to stake
No, no,
them?
no. These are very upright. Remember, the stems are black and purple tinted as well too. So you not only get that glowing purple nature of the leaves, but you see that also as a dramatic element that holds the flowers
This will be
up.
a good height for color.
You bet.
And those stems are going to be sturdy enough to hold those heads up themselves. You won't have to stake them.
That's
correct?
right. That's right.
5 easy payments of $4.47. It's a 3-piece. This is how they look right
Absolutely.
over here.
Great
And
companion to other plants in the show, like the Baptisia pink lemonade, and of course, like all the plants in the show,
Kelly, can you
particularly
tell us about-
perennials.
Can you tell us about the Cottage Farms?
I will indeed. Like all plants in this show, particularly perennials,